Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about T-Mobile and Experian with a data breach. So if you are a T-Mobile customer and your credit was ran to be able to get services, they use Experian to run their credit. They had some issues with a data breach on that. So there's 40 states that are participating, 16 million in settlements. Why? The settlements resolve claims alleging that companies were responsible for data breaches in 2012 to 2015 that exposed the personal information of millions of consumers. Where Experian and T-Mobile data breach settlements are between the companies and 40 states. Experian and T-Mobile will pay 40 states a total of $60 million to end claims companies were responsible for a data breach in 2012 to 2015 that exposed the personal information of millions of consumers. In a statement released October 7th, a group of attorney generals announced that had reached a settlement of $13.67 million with Experian in its role of the two breaches. Now, they didn't say two breaches a minute ago. T-Mobile will pay $2.5 million in connection with the 2015 breach, which affected 15 million people. $2.5 million, and what did they say? How much was theirs? $16 million and $2.5 million for 15 million people. Come on. Under the settlement, companies agreed to improve their data security practices. The data breaches will keep happening until we force change in corporate behavior. Pennsylvania Attorney General Experian and T-Mobile failed in their responsibility to safeguard consumers' personal information. The systems were vulnerable to mass breaches and personal information of millions of Americans. So we can see here, Experian include name, address, date of birth, social security, identification number, driver license, passport, and related information. T-Mobile's own credit assessment. So when they gave the information, when people got their credit ran, try to get a cell phone or whatever, trying to do, they got all of your information and they ran it through Experian's credit process, to see if your credit worthiness. And somehow during either the transmission, the information must have been able to be stolen. When I hear stuff like this, is the thing, I'm gonna go off a little bit on this. When I hear stuff like this is the part that really concerns me, because I guess it might be the technical side of me. Like I like to put things together, especially when it comes to technology. And so you go into the store. Let's just break this down. You go into the store. In the old days, you would maybe write down information, or someone would write it down on a credit application and have you sign. Maybe now they're just typing this stuff in on a tablet. You sign a tablet, or you do a digital signature, or they send something to your email and you do a digital signature. So it is collected at T-Mobile for this one here, collected at T-Mobile, passed through their system that they have connected with Experian, because they're utilizing them to process to see if someone is worthy of getting credit. So you have step number one, then you have step number two, where it goes to the bureau, and the bureau, Experian, processes that information and sends that back in a millisecond to T-Mobile to say, this is what we see. And now you might be saying, well, that individual makes a decision. No, the decision is already made. It's already put into the algorithm for T-Mobile in Experian. They say if the person applying for credit has this, and this, we will not approve them. If they have this, and this, we will approve them. Or if they have this, and that, we'll make them put a deposit. We'll approve them, but you have to put a deposit. So that's already programmed into their algorithm for approving people. So they fill out the credit application in an instant, sent over to Experian, sent back in an instant, back over to T-Mobile's rep for the decision. So that's it. It's fill out, over, and back. So for the data breach to happen, where is the data breach happening to where it wouldn't happen to more people than 15 million people? Where is the breach? I might be asking a question that may not need to be asked right now, but where is the breach? Because are they breaching T-Mobile's transmission to Experian? Or are they breaching Experian's transmission back to T-Mobile? And if they're breaching Experian's batch over to T-Mobile, then they are actually inside of all of the computer systems of Experian, potentially. If they're breaching T-Mobile as they're sending the information over to Experian, then that would explain why they would only have access to T-Mobile's customers. So then that would flip over, and that would make me wonder, why would T-Mobile not be responsible for a larger portion of the settlement if it's coming from T-Mobile somewhere, the breach is in the transmission from T-Mobile to Experian? Because it's not saying that Experian has hundreds of millions of customers' information. So why is it only having access to T-Mobile's potential customers or information that people submitted? Why wouldn't it expose more people? And if it wasn't exposing the majority of people with T-Mobile, then why would they be more responsible for the class action than T-Mobile be more responsible? Because you got 2.5 million with T-Mobile, which is a smaller percentage, and you have a larger percentage with Experian. So you might be saying, well, Experian is supposed to be the leader, the protector of all the personal data. Well, if the information was submitted through T-Mobile, and that's how they got through the data breach, it was breached actually through the transmission to you, you would not be, I don't think that you would be liable. So something's missing. Maybe I'm asking a question that, people don't want to have an answer to, but something doesn't seem to be right. And the reason why I'm saying it now is because I see a lot of these settlements, and the companies say no wrongdoing, we just going to pay the fines, here's the money. We made, we're going to pay 2.5 million on that group. We made like 100 million. We know that Experian is making billions of dollars. So we'll just pay that fine. No wrongdoing. It doesn't even look, if you just dig deeper, doesn't even look right on Experian having the majority of the blame on it. But maybe because T-Mobile brings a lot of customers, and T-Mobile is the customer of Experian, it's like, we'll lay on the sword for you so you can continue doing business for us. Maybe that's the way that they're doing stuff now. All right, so if this is recent, so you might be saying, well, it was way back then. No, this was a recent press release that it was just released out. You can go and type in Experian T-Mobile data breach settlement, so you can see if you can submit your information to be included. Again, watch for the postcards. Postcards will be coming in the mail. Also, watch out for emails because they've been sending them out by email, and it could go to your spam box because they're using the word settlement and stuff like that, claim settlement, stuff like that, could end up being triggered by your email system to go into a spam box because it's like people sending out those fake prizes and fake, stuff from other places. Um, if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, what makes us different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com. Get your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores, and it will have all of the data that you need to dispute your any information that you deem inaccurate, unfair, is not qualified to be on your credit reports, regardless if it's negative or positive. It will give you all that information to dispute it with the bureaus and dispute it directly with the furnisher. It has all of the furnisher information on there. If you have debt collectors coming after you, grab my 3-pack of letters. I have a free version, paid version. The only difference is that the paid one is a little bit more updated with some newer information, but both of them will work. I understand some people may not have the finances to do it right now. But if you do get the free one, please make a donation. Helps me for my time to monetize the channel. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Post your questions and comments. By you doing that, you're actually helping other people get this important information. So it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about us all helping as many people as possible. And the way that YouTube does this is that if you comment, you like, you become a subscriber, it tells the algorithm, hey, Steve has some good information that could help. Maybe it doesn't help me for this specific situation, but I know there's other people out there that it could help. Thank you for your